don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
There, I couldn't figure out how to push the button there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 249th episode, the Political Spotlight. It's me. Hello, I'm here. You guys are there. It's just us tonight, folks. Kate and Niles and their 37 kids are on their way to well, I'm not gonna they're doing a little something, and I can't really say what, but they're doing some family stuff, so I cannot disclose what they're doing, but because of that, they're not going to be here this night. So please bear with me. Look, I don't even have the right banner up. See, I don't even know how to do that. Hold on. I got to click this banner. It needs to stop saying thank you for joining us. What's this even say down here? Thank you for joining us. The program is about to begin. Oh, well, then I should run that until at least 30 minutes into the show. Come on in. Make yourself comfortable. Feel free to chat with others in the live chat box. It needs to go a little bit faster than that. That's one of the things I hate with crawlers. Please hit the like button, subscribe, and click the note. Hey, do that while we're here. While we're here, do that thing. I can get that out of the way. Where's that at, Kate? Oh, we got it right here. Oops, I've already missed it. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got to wait till it comes back around again to get it. Anyways, while we're waiting for that, hit the like button if you're here on YouTube. Give us, instead of saying give us the finger, we'll say give us the thumb. Thumb up your arse. Give us the thumb. Hit the like. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. You can do that. It doesn't cost you anything. You don't really get anything for subscribing. The only thing that you do get is if you hit the subscription button, it then gives you the ability to hit the bell. So it's like a bunch of work you got to do. You got to hit the subscription button. Then you got to hit the bell so you set up your notifications so you'll know when we go live. Tonight's a perfect reason why you need to do that, because we are normally not here on Fridays. So for all of the people out in the world that normally watch just by coming on because they know, oh, Bilbrey's on Sunday through Thursday, if they're doing that, not subscribed, then they're missing tonight's program. So for those of you that are missing tonight's program, I'll give you the finger. But all right, yeah, hit the bell. And if you're watching live, then you'll want to comment. We are a very interactive show. We'll talk about the comments here in a minute. You can comment over there on the right-hand side. Is it the right-hand side? It's the right-hand side to me, but I have to point left because we're backwards. It's studio magic. You'll want to, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I'm currently pointing to the left. It's crazy. I gotta write it up there. Point to the left and call it the right. It's so confusing. Okay, anyways, yeah, comment over there. And if you're watching this in Repeatville, you're watching this at your time, then you'll want to comment down below. If you're watching this on TikTok or you're watching this on Twitter or Facebook, welcome. Thank you for being here. We love you wherever you're watching from. We would hope that you would jump to YouTube at some point. It helps us out if you're on YouTube, but it also gives you a little bit better viewing experience because you get to interact with the other freaks and weirdos that are in the comment section. If you so choose to do that, you might not care. Then if you don't, stay where you're at. And it's fine with me either way. You also have the ability to listen to the audio only and not have to see all this madness by going to any podcast hosting site. They're taking a lot of them away. iTunes, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. You can say, hey, Alexa, play the political spotlight. We'll pull up that way. You can do that. Or you can just go to the home link, which is the political spotlight, all one word. So the political spotlight all together, .fireside.fm. And then you can catch us. I generally upload each episode right after we end the live stream here. So this show will be uploaded tonight. And that's how it works. Sometimes I don't do it till the next day, but it's always up there pretty soon after. So you can check that out. Okay, now what's else to say? All right, so then it says the program is about to begin. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for... Oh, then it starts all over and reads that. So let's quickly click from there. And now here it is. This says the political spotlight live Sunday through... It just reads that over and over and over. It's like brainwashing you. Have none of you caught the brainwashing at the end of the... let me click over here to the... Let me click over here. So first and foremost, folks, I'm going to get into putting the comments up here. It's just me. It's just me tonight. No Kate, no Brandon. It's me and you guys. We're here. It's. Let me put this light down low, and it can be just us. It can be like... just us. Hello, people. Let's put up the message they left me. I don't know. They left me a message. Happy birthday, you asshole. Well, there you go. Ha! Happy birthday, you asshole. No, they didn't leave that for me. I literally typed that myself like 3 minutes before I popped on. That would have been funny if they left that for me, but I typed that myself. So tell me how ridiculous we are here. No, have you guys seriously not listened? I've been brainwashing you. Does anybody... So we'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to the brainwashing here in a minute. We'll see how many people of you are going to be mad. You guys might... You guys will... unless you flake out and then aren't, but show up on Friday or Saturday. What's he saying? What's she saying here? I'm going to have to go back and read those here in just 1 second. So, no, have you guys not been catching that we've been brainwashing you for about the last 3 months? I'm going to play it for you tonight. I didn't know I was going to do this, but we have literally nothing really to talk about tonight. Tonight's kind of like a catch-all. So here's the deal. Yesterday, so you know how your grandparents will worry. Listen, I don't think they're in the room, so we'll talk without them. So I've been helping my grandparents out a lot over the last year because of my grandma's knee deal. God, I got so much to talk about right now. Oh, well, yes, you're right, Chris. I got it. Yeah, I got it. As soon as I read what you said, it made sense. Wargo is on. LOL. So you just got, I got on to say happy birthday. Hello, Tiffany. I'm so happy that you're here to tell me happy birthday. Thank you. Thank all of you. We're going to go back through the comments here in just 1 second. I'm trying to keep this all. Kate's supposed to be here to tell me, like, get it rolling. Come on, get it on. So, number one, I've been helping my grandparents out over the last little bit. And as grandparents do, they worry. She worries that I'm not getting enough sleep. You're not resting enough. You're not sleeping enough. You're not doing, and I'm like, I'm sleeping plenty. So they're worried to death about that. So yesterday I went over to their house to help my grandfather with a weed eater. He's been having trouble with this weed eater. And I tell you, like, I just about slammed this thing and broke it yesterday. We had so much trouble with it, but we finally got it going. Things are going good. Everything's good. So my grandmother's like, you need to lay down and rest. And I'm like, no, I'm good. Well, she had kind of been a little sick the day before. So when I came home last night, I just had like a touch of, like, my stomach felt like I was a little nauseous. And I was so afraid that I was going to get what she had, or like I had got what she had. And I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, I'm going to lay down for a little bit and set an alarm, but I just didn't want to do that. And I thought, you know what? Here's what we'll do. I just won't go live on Thursday. And then I'll go live on Friday, which is my birthday. And voila, there we go. Everything's great. So Wargo's their last name. GW, that's their last name. So because of that, I really don't have anything to talk about. So I thought we'd kind of just do like an open line chat, just kind of I literally typed that myself. I typed that myself about 5 minutes before starting. It's kind of an inside joke around here. They said Wargo is on the stream. They're here. That's their last name, Wargo. I love it. What is Wargo? No, it was me. It was me. I did it all myself. No, it's not a show. That's hilarious. So here's the deal. We thank you, Teresa. And well, there's someone else. There's two Teresas now in the chat. That's weird. Two different people. So thank both of the Teresas. One of them is a commenter, a viewer. One of them is my aunt. So thank you both. But specifically thanks to Teresa and Steve. Thank you, Stumblefoot. I got a story about them here in a minute too. Story that I cannot tell. I cannot out them. Anyways, I'll say this. So here's the deal. I came on. I said we would just kind of see where the chat took us and where I felt like going tonight. So here's the thing. We've been brainwashing you guys all, or not really brainwash. I guess it's kind of brainwashing. It's like brainwashing you all kind of through subliminal message. I don't know if you guys have been getting it. And it's not really subliminal message. It's kind of poking fun of the old music, the old, like the 80s, coming up through psychedelia, and then the satanic panic of the 80s, Ozzy Osbourne and Led Zeppelin and all of that through backmasking. So for those of you, hello there, K-Mama. Thank you. Happy birthday. Yes, no problem. I love it. Thank you to all of you. But so back a long time ago, musicians would just make weird noises and things like that. And they would try different things, and they would record music forward, and then they would put it on backwards, and it's called backmasking. And back a long time ago, they thought like people were sending like evil messages through music, and none of that was true. It was just nonsense, The Beatles were real big in it, the whole Turn Me On Dead Man, Paul is Dead, I Buried Paul, Cranberry Sauce thing. So after we had Rainwater on, Kate and I were talking, and we said that I was like, I'm going to try that and see if anybody catches on. And literally, out of all of the hours viewed, we just hit, like, YouTube just gave us something that said we've hit a milestone. We've had a lot of, we've like our hours viewed have been up here lately. And we just hit some big milestone. But out of everybody that has viewed literally for the last several months, only one person has mentioned this. One person. And I haven't asked if I can name that person. So I'm going to ask before I out them. But I'm going to let you guys hear it now. We were just going to go until you guys said something about it. But I'm going to let you guys hear. So obviously you know the intro music. So I'm going to play you the intro music for a second and let you guys hear this. So our intro music goes like this.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job.
Okay, that little shtick. All right. Our outro music is the same music with no words. So our outro music, our regular outro music is this. Now on this, listen very carefully. I'm not going to say anything. I'll hold my finger up before I start talking, but turn your volume up and listen to this is the regular outro music. All right, listen. Okay, that's the outro music. That's not what you guys have been listening to for the outro, though, for the last, 3 months. The outro music that you guys have been listening to has been this. Now, listen to this really carefully. All right. So did anybody hear it? Does anybody hear it? Can you hear it? You hear the voice? Backmasking, Jack. I love Jack. And I said backmasking, but that's exactly what it is. So now I'm going to let you hear what it is, okay? I've heard talking, but I usually have it on 2 times and couldn't tell what they were saying. I thought it was you and Kate. That's what we thought most people would think. So here's what you have been listening to intermixed with this, okay? It's very similar to this. So, all right. So, again, our intro music is this.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad.
Okay. Backmasking that would be to play the music forward and the vocals backwards, which would sound like this. So what you've been listening to for the last 3 months has been this. Now I'm going to stop it before we go forward. Does anybody have an understanding of it? Does sound German. It sounds very German like. It kind of sounds like Russian. Brandon said I sound like a hillbilly auctioneer. It sounds like Primus. That's what we need to start saying. Bilbrey sucks. I'm going to change this. Happy birthday, you asshole. Hold on. That makes me so happy, GW. Sounds like Boomhauer. Yeah, it sounds like, yeah. Brandon says it sounds like a hillbilly auctioneer. Listen again. And while you're listening, put in there what you think I'm saying. Well, all right, here, I'll let you hear it. Now, keep in mind, what you're hearing is that intermixed with the outro music. And it plays it various times throughout it. Now, real quick, that noise we about flipped over. So does anybody have it? Paul is dead. That would be hilarious. Yeah, no, it's not Paul is dead. All right, here it goes. I'm going to let you guys hear what it sounds like. Here we go. All right. And sorry, you'll have to hear it one more time. Basically, what I do is I say it 4 times. I say the phrase 4 times. So that would be hilarious. Honestly, that's what I hear every time Ridenauer talks. Jack, I think you're saying hit the like and subscribe. That would be good. That would have been smart. But no, this is what we've been saying. I have been saying for the last 3 months to you all. You're going to hear it here. You're going to hear it that time and then 3 more times. Then you're going to hear a noise and then it flips around and you're going to hear it the right way.
November 5th, 2024, vote Donald Rainwater governor of the state of Indiana. On Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, vote Donald Rainwater governor of the state of Indiana. On Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, vote Donald Rainwater governor of the state of Indiana. On Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, vote Donald Rainwater governor of the state of Indiana.
So, we've been backmasking you all to and now I'm listening to Tommy the Cat by Primus. Rudd is dead. That's hilarious. That's good. So yeah, that's what we've been playing for you all for the last little bit. But literally one of you caught it. And I'm not going to say who until I don't see him on here, but I'm not going to out him until he tells me it's okay. But, so that's that. So there you go. I'm interested then. So who does that mean you're voting for? Julie, does that mean that you're voting for, who are you voting for governor of Indiana? I'd be interested in that. I've been programming you all. Truly, it's not subliminal message. Truly subliminal message would be the forward way round and just in there silently where I don't believe in the power of backmasking. I don't it's mostly a joke, but well, that was fun for a little bit. See, listen, it's not something fun for all of you. It's all fun for me. So, I don't think that would be. Yeah, well, yeah, it'd be really crazy for you, Space Cat. All right, so I'm gonna go up here real quick and see some of your things. For everybody that has said happy birthday, thank you. I am very bad with that. My grandpa for a very long time, literally, I mean, keep in mind when I was born, my grandparents were not old. I don't consider my grandparents old now, honestly. Because I've grown up with my family. My family was very young when I was like the first, and when when I was born, my parents were all in their early 20s. That means my grandparents were in their like early 40s. And so I've grown up with my family. And, but my grandpa for a very long time, we'd be like, happy birthday, Grandpa. And he would be like, okay. Yep. Same to you. And, I think that I very much got that gene. I listen, when people, I'll be honest, when people tell me happy birthday, I actually get embarrassed. It embarrasses me. It's so weird. That's something that I don't like it. So a secret thing here is like, I try like, that's why it's comical. So for the thing tonight, we like put on there, what's the name of the episode? Happy birthday to Bilbrey. Here, look at this. Here's the thumbnail. Look, that's my very first picture ever. That looks like a monster. Literally, that looks like a monster. I came out with my mouth open. Who would have thought? My mouth's been open from my very first minute in this world. My mouth's been open. That is hilarious. So when people tell me happy birthday, it embarrasses me. It's like, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you too. I just want to stop that interaction as quickly as possible. So I don't like that. And I tell you, the other thing is when people are, when you have like a death in the family and people are telling you sorry about your loss, like after like day 3, like that is not something I like either. Like I know look, everybody's always sorry when they hear someone pass. Like nobody's not sorry. I mean, I imagine somebody out there probably is, but that's just not something you got to say to me. You don't have to. I don't like those normal pleasantries. Like I love to tell people happy birthday, and I'm the first person to say sorry about your loss, or I'll be thinking about you, or I'll pray about you. You know, my one grandmother told my other grandmother, you know, how many times have we all said, I'll be thinking about you, or I'll pray for you, and then leave and go on with life and never actually do it. I've never been that way. When I tell somebody that, I genuinely mean that. And I mean that. And I like telling people that. And I genuinely mean that. But I hate when people tell it to me. It just always embarrasses me. It always embarrasses me. So that's that. So thank you to all of you who have said happy birthday, for all of you that have told me on Facebook. The Facebook thing really kills me, you know, because used to Facebook would put post on in the order they came. And so when Facebook first started doing that, people started telling people happy birthday. Every time someone would say happy birthday, I would get on and I would say, oh, thank you, thank you. Well, then it became like overwhelming. So what happened is, like in the middle part of it, I would let it go the whole day and I would not say anything to anybody all day long. And then starting at midnight, like tonight, then tonight into all day tomorrow, I would comment back to everybody. Thank you, 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 thank you. And then at the end, I would make a post and say to anybody that I missed, thank you for the birthday wishes, yada, yada, yada. But now Facebook doesn't do that, those bastards. They hide posts. They don't put posts on there in the same order they come. Somebody says happy birthday, then somebody says it 3 hours later, but they show you the one that said it older. That they've messed that up with whatever they do with that crazy algorithm bullcrap. It just absolutely kills me. It's nuts. It's nuts to me. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy. So let's see here. I'm just trying to put this stuff up here, a little thing at a time. I'm doing really bad at this because Kate's not here. So, these comments are such a pain in the ass. Like, I love you guys making them, but putting them up on the screen, man. Sounds like back talking to my kids. I'm trying to get to like the now in time, like right now. Check. Being born is dope. Yeah. Yes. Another year is like another. Yeah. Right. Another pound. Let's see here. Yeah, I do got to cut that hair. Literally, somebody literally told me. Somebody told me, messaged me and told me that they were going to stop watching the show because let me tell you something about you people. Let me tell you something about you people. You guys as a whole are great. As a whole, on the whole, you guys are fantastic. How do I get that off there? Okay, there we go. But one-on-one, sometimes viewers are weird. Sometimes, what are we doing here, Alva? You've had 37 good days in a row. Hey, Tweety Bird, thank you very much for happy birthday. Yeah. So they will be back. You're like meth. That's very true. You don't understand how many people have said, I'm never going to watch you again. Dude, I'm like, shut up. It's weird. Like, here's the thing. I love when somebody stops me and talks to me out in the world. I remember like the first couple times it would happen. I would do with my grandparents. We were like eating at a Chinese restaurant, and somebody came up to the table and like was like, "Hey, I listen to your show." My grandparents are like, "What in the world?" That's weird, and it is weird. It's like my my ex-wife says that I'm like an H-list level celebrity, not like a B-list level. You know, I'm not even like a C-list level or D-list level. I'm like an H-list level. I'm like the midget wrestlers. And I know, don't beat me. I know apparently midget's not a good word or something. I'm not saying it. That's what they're called. They're coming to Muncie. That's how they're booking them. So I don't know what else. The little people wrestlers, that's not what they say. They're called the midget wrestlers. So like the midget Hulk Hogan, I'm not even like the real Hulk Hogan. I'm like the midget Hulk Hogan. That's the kind of like weird. You have such an ego. You're an egomaniac. Well, it's because I'm born in July. I'm a Leo. That's what happens. That's very, very, very fitting. Hitler level with the midget comment. Yes, right. Oh, yeah. Well, so the thing is, I love when people come up and talk to me. Listen, I can talk politics 29 hours a day. Yeah. Iron Maiden. Got the all caps gang in here. You know it. The all caps thing is a thing that kills me. So many people do that. I don't I don't get it. But I love when people talk to me about politics, and I don't care. You can come up and talk to me anytime about that. I always say there's two things that I ask of you. Number one, please, for the love of God, please understand this. You can see me. I cannot see you. Let me show you why. Look, this is Iron Maiden. It's what is that? A ferret with a hat and a pair of panties on? A raccoon? Okay, this is Iron Maiden. That's not a real name, and that's not a real picture of a human. So if the human behind that screen comes up to me at Lowe's and starts talking to me like they know me because, look, they know me because they listen to me, they watch or whatever, they like come up, but I'm not going to know who the human is behind that. It's not a ferret, it's a raccoon. I noticed that afterwards. Like, look here. I mean, I know who Julie Johnson is, but if I didn't, that's a green jay. Well, it's a white jay with a green background. You know? It like, look at this. Jack off Jack. This is a dude licking a boot. I mean, you know, if this dude come up to talk to me in real life, first of all, I'd be a little weirded out because I don't think he lives in the state that I live in. But second of all, I would have to be like, hey, could you get down and lick my boot so I can tell if it's you or not? So the thing I always got to tell people is, like, if we don't personally know each other, what is yours? Is it a dog? An iguana? I don't even know what that is. What is? I can't tell what that is. Anyone know where my pick was taken in Randolph County? I have no clue. I have no clue where that is. I wouldn't have even guessed that was Randolph County. Honestly, I can't believe that's Randolph County. I thought you were from the Henry County area. I'm not even sure where that is. I was going to guess it was around the Summit Lake. I don't know where that's at, honestly. But what I'm saying, oh yeah, I would know you. I would know you if I saw you. I would know you instantly. I mean, obviously. So I would be cool with you, like the GW. Like if you came up and talked to me, we'd be cool. Like I would know you. You know, if my Teresa's is a lizard. I had a lizard once. I thought that's what it was. Like Alva, even though we don't know each other, I've never seen Alva before. I've talked to him personally, so I would know his voice, but I've also seen pictures of him, so I would know him. But like if Tweety Bird come up, talk to me, I have no clue who Tweety Bird is. So just tell me who you are, I guess. That's the number one thing I would say. Good night, Space Cat. So that's the thing. I just always tell people that. Number two, I'm cool with not shaking hands. Like, let's Arab fist bump it out and whatever. That's cool. But those are the two things I always tell people. I have talked to you. See, that's the stuff that freaks me out. When people know me and we've interacted, but then I don't know the people behind their screen name. That's always weird to me. That's always really that's always really strange. Like, it's freaky. But I like talking about it. I love 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 talking to you. I love doing that. But then there's this weird section of people. Hey, I'm good at that. Now, I will tell you this, though. There is this subsection of people who feel like, let me ask you, Tweety Bird, tell me if I'm right. Was it after the Wales sustainable deal leaving City Hall? If that's who you are, no one will ever know, and I'll never tell. But if that's who you are, that's the only thing I could think of. I mean, I've met a lot of people, obviously, in those times, but that I just have that kind of sneaking suspicion in my mind that might be who you are. Do we interact sometimes on Facebook with your real name? That's the thing that you're talking about there, subterranean. That's true what you're saying there, because I need to put this on there so my grandparents at least can see. Oh man, and this is going to be really weird on the audio side. I might not even put this up on the audio side because no one's going to know. Yeah, Tweety Bird, are you on Facebook under your real name? And do we interact? Have we interacted politically? Like, have we commented on each other's stuff politically before? Oh yeah, I love it all, Jack. So for you people that are listening on the audio version, this is going to probably suck for you because I'm communicating to people on the screen and you have no idea what I'm talking about. Whatever. They can't all be winners. So the thing is, there's a subsection of people who feel like they should absolutely be able to direct That's interesting. That's interesting, Pretty Bird. I think I know who you are. Anyway, welcome all the same. The only reason that's weird is because the person I think you are, I thought was a little bit more right leaning than you seem to be. I could be wrong. That's the only reason I don't know if it's you. But it is all the same. Welcome here, all the same, always. Anyways, these people that feel like they should be able to direct the show. And it's always so strange to me because this person that has been someone that I've interacted with for a long time literally messaged me and told me that they're not watching the show anymore. They're mad because they felt that Brandon and Kate, listen to me. Brandon is like Tweety. Brandon is the most respectful person that a human being could ever care to meet. Like, Brandon is an absolutely like open the door, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am type of person. Straight out the gate, as you know, just the way it is. And it blows me away that it's like this person, I wouldn't consider this person elderly. Use that word. When I mean elderly, to me is like people who are pushing 100. You know, I've got people in my family that are 100 years old. People who've lived to be 104, people who've lived to be 99. You know, that to me is elderly. 80 years old is not elderly to me. So first and foremost, I don't consider this person being old. I just don't look at older people. But what do you call somebody? Somebody that's 80 years old, they're not 20. They're not 30. They're not 42. They're, you know, you got to be who you are. But this person messages me and says, I cannot believe the comments made by Brandon and Kate about Joe Biden. Now, this person doesn't even like Joe Biden. This person's not a Joe Biden fan. This person is not a Joe Biden fan. Person's like, they were saying these horribly ageist things about Joe Biden. No, they weren't. They're talking about the fact that the dude's got dementia. We were saying that it's abuse. It's elderly abuse to push him to do this or that. It is what it is. Blows me away. But then they added in the kick that I needed a haircut too. I was starting to look like I was homeless. Look, we're not to the crazy part yet. It still gels and lays over. Good God, what are you talking about? I didn't get a haircut for 9 months last time. I'm not anywhere close to that. I don't like the comments either, but I'm hearing willingly. But it's politics, though. The politics go the other comments too. That's the whole thing about it is. People get in this set mindset that we can call Trump. We can call Trump evil. We can say he's Hitler. We can say that he's going to be the Antichrist. We can say that this politician is dirty and this politician, but it's like, it's not okay for it to come back. It's the pendulum swings. The pendulum swings both ways, and it goes. It's a step to the left, and it's a step to the right, and it's a step to the left, and it's a step to the right. It happens. It goes back and forth. It's politics. And that is the thing that never, like, to me, I'm like, all of these people have lost their mind. I never, ever get offended when someone says, no, Trumpers don't get mad when you put him down. I could care less. I can't, there's not a politician alive that I've ever backed that I'm like, you said what about my guy? It just does not. That's the way, Tweety Bird. That's Jack. That's the way, Tweety Bird. Oh no, I'm absolutely 1000% not a rhino. I've just got common sense. And I will tell you, prior to well, I'm not going to say that yet. I'll wait. But I just thought that was interesting. So I need to look and see if that person left, by the way, because the person said, I will get on and I will take myself, I will unsubscribe myself. And I'm like, oh my God, okay. That's fine. Like, I mean, normally in the past, what I've done before is we went up 7 subscribers since she said that. So the thing is, here's what's funny to me. Normally in the past, I love you all. I love all of you. I love the ones I agree with, the ones I disagree with. And I'll fight with every single one of you. I don't care. That don't bother me too. We can fight it out and we come back, because I have never said, the one thing is I have never said anything other than there are going to be things that I say that you're going to agree with, and there are going to be things that I say that you disagree with. And you are going to like the way that I handle some things, and you're going to not approve of the way I handle some other things. And I'm going to agree and like some of your thoughts, and I'm going to disagree with some of your other thoughts. And that's fine. One of these days, and I might as well put it out, I've not said it in a minute, so I'll set it up. One of these days, I am going to have an opinion that you're not going to like. Every single one of you watching. Let me tell you, my grandparents are watching. My grandparents and I don't agree on several things politically. I don't agree with some things that my grandpa says. I don't agree with some things that my grandmother says. My dad and I fought about it. I was going to say my ex-wife and I would fight about politics, and people would be like, well, that's right. No, but that's one thing. If you ask her to this day, she watches the show from time to time. Still watches the show. Someone came up to her after the divorce and said, oh, I bet you're glad to be away from that loudmouth. She said, no, I agree with everything he says politically. And I'm like, no, you don't. Quit lying. I mean, but agreed with most of it. I mean, we did agree politically. So the point of the matter is, like, it's okay. I don't even agree with myself all the time. I don't even agree with myself all the time. That's the thing. So for someone to be like, I always tell people, look, it's okay to take some time off. It's okay to be like, all right, I'm going to tune out for a little while. When I talk about national, my grandparents don't watch. I generally will tell them, like, all right, or, hey, I'm going to talk about, national stuff first, or I'm going to talk about national stuff later. And that's fine. It doesn't hurt my feelings. Hey, look at that. Look who's here. Kate Thornburg. So I about said happy birthday back to her. Well, happy birthday to you, Kate. So, yes, this is the thing. Just vote. Just vote. So, did you guys make it? I didn't say where you were going or what you were doing, so we didn't have well, she just said it. The question is, educate or not? Yeah, no, well, that's what everyone should educate themselves. Listen, and when you educate yourselves, maybe your education is, maybe you go to a different school than I go to. That's fine. I mean, the bottom line is, I mean, there's only one truth, but that's that. There was something else I was going to say. There was something I was going to say. Oh, by the way, there's been some big movement in Henry County. They've had a couple meetings. Next week we're going to talk about some Henry County stuff as it pertains to Henry County commissioners and the council and raising some taxes and the sheriff's department and EMS and all of that. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about that. Yeah, there Kate said this. Kate's not on the show. She's just obviously commenting in. We're at my sister's and the parents tomorrow for their 50th wedding anniversary. Well, tell them I said hi and happy I don't know them. I mean, I met your mom that one time when she was on the show, or in the duck. So I guess tell them if your dad will be like, we've been married 50 years. It feels like 15 minutes with your head underwater. Oh, Jack, we've covered that before. Because I went up to the prosecutor's office. I left to go to the prosecutor's office. And then politics changed and a new prosecutor came in. And I left there. And it's all been downhill from there. Until I met all of you guys. There was something I told you about Henry County that wasn't big. Oh, my grandparents told me about this. I didn't know about this. Did you guys know about this? I did not know about this. Hold on. I just got a birthday present. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. No, I've got to show you this. First, well, here in a minute I need to talk about the keychains and the flag. Remind me to do that. Remind me about the keychains. What do I got to do here? How do I got to get this? Oh, I got to get it off my. There we go. So much insanity. What is this? Hold on here. Okay, let me find out where it's at. Somebody sent it to me yesterday. Where's that? Damn it. Oh, I found it. Here we go. Okay. It's so much harder when I'm doing this crap one-handed with half my brain tied behind my back. All right, here, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. This got sent to me. My grandparents are actually talking about this. So, my grandparents probably I could talk them into probably opening up a detective agency. My grandma could tell you where everybody's car is at in Delaware County at all times. Like there's just no joke. If you want to know where somebody is in Delaware County, you could probably ask my grandmother. They traverse every inch of this county and some outside East Central Indiana too. They just drive everywhere. They know where everything is supposed to be. If something moves, they know it's there. So I went over to my grandparents yesterday, and they're like, "Hey, have you seen riding hours pissing off Shedtown again?" And I was like, "No. What are you talking about?" They are like CIA agents. That is not a joke. That is no joke. And I'm like, "No, what are you talking about?" My grandpa's like, "Yeah, somebody's put up a sign. Someone's put up a sign." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And literally while we were going to go take a drive by so I could get a snap of it, and someone sent me a snap of this. Look at this sign. Have they seen Sumner in Delaware County? No, I don't think so. He wouldn't come over here. Look at this sign that they've put up in Shedtown. The city of Muncie is trying to zone this land for housing of sexual predators and drug addicts within 300 feet from Ross Center Park. Now, I've got to tell you, I've got no idea what this is. I have no idea what this is about. I've not heard of this. So if there's somebody do you know what this is, Stumblefoot? What are they trying to zone? What are they trying to put here? I've not heard this. Have I been asleep on it? What's happening? Kick ass. That's cool. I understand either way. You got to do what you guys got to do. Family thing's important. So, however, well, I mean, look, I got to know exactly what's going on. I've got to find out the IU Health Center, homeless center. Well, what's that? Are you talking about the crisis center? I don't know. I've not heard any. Yeah, I know where this is. Obviously, I just don't know what's going to go there. I've not heard anything. I've not heard about any zoning or anything. Well, I don't know. I mean, like I'm up on all. I mean, look, I'm up on all this stuff. So I'm trying to figure out what somehow I've missed this. Which what I'm saying is, if I've somehow if I've somehow missed this, Thomas Avondale Neighborhood Association voted down support for it. All right, so I know who I need to talk to then. Read it again. Read what again? The sign? The sign says the city of Muncie is trying to zone this land for housing of sexual predators and drug addicts within 300 feet from Ross Center Park. I'll have to look into what this is. I have not heard anything about this. I've not heard anything about this. Let me look. See if I can go, if I can look at a. For all of you that are commenting at the moment, I'm off screen for just 1 second. I'll be right back. I'm trying to look something up here. So interesting. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, guy, I know what I'm going to do. Give me 1 more second. For any of those of you that are commenting at the moment, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to beacon here real quick to see who owns it. Are you saying that it's the direct empty lot over next to the BP off 12th Street? I'm asking questions I can't even read the answers to. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna find this on the beacon map real quick, and then I'll pull back up onto the screen. It's weird because I keep waiting to hear Kate say something. That's funky. Okay. So here's 12th Street. Okay, there's Thomas Park. There's the Batavia. There's Utica. What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Oh, there's the gas station. Okay. So are you saying... Let me ask you this. Okay. Yeah, I'm solo tonight. So let me see. No clue. They want to build a health clinic that has a homeless center attached to it. The old swingers club, weird place turning into weird place. Yeah, right. Didn't they put some tiny homes for the homeless in that area? Hey, see Jack. Yeah, tonight's just kind of a weird night. It's just like a catch-all. I'm by myself. It's on a Friday. It's my birthday, and we're just taking it easy. All right, let me ask you if it's this. If it's this area. I want to double check. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Oh no, Shed Towners have taken that way back. Absolutely. They like the majority. I don't know one that doesn't use the term as a absolute positive. They don't I don't know any that see it as a negative. It's really been a pride thing for as basically as long as I've known. So here's Hoyt. Here's the gas station. Is it this area here? Is that what we're talking? Is this where we're talking, folks? Is it just west? So just west of the gas station. That's what we're talking about. Stumblefoot. The empty lot right there. Is that what we're talking? Yeah, in between. Okay, in between the library and the gas station. So that empty lot. So let's see who owns this. Open Door Health Services. Okay, when did they buy this? Interesting, man. Interesting. January 2021. Open Door Health Services. Wow, they bought it that far back and they've not moved on it. Wow. Wow. Hold on, I'm getting text. I normally don't like to answer my phone during the show, but when I know it's yeah. My grandparents were reporting in, telling me that it's you guys, Grandma, I see that picture of the baby you just sent me. That's great. I love it. East. It's east. It's not west. It's east of the gas station, not west. That was my problem. It's east of the gas station. Yeah, that's oh, wild. I don't know how they're not going to be able to pull that off. That I mean, woo! I'll have to go talk to the people who put up the sign. I might now. That is a birthday present. I will go talk to those people who put that sign up. I'm peeling from where I burned. I don't know if you can see it. It's driving me crazy. It's getting in that itchy period. But wow. Well, that is interesting. And if the neighborhood association voted down support, Stumblefoot, what was the atmosphere at the Thomas Avondale neighborhood association meeting like? Okay. That's interesting. Huh. Well, interesting. Um I, where how long ago was that, Stumblefoot? Man, where did this come from? This is funky. Well, Well, let's go and see. Let's see. Ow, shit. Um, well, yeah, weird. I'm looking here. At the open door. Look at that. It's so weird. It's so weird to me. Yeah, I mean that's what I need to get to the bottom of, Tweety Bird. What exactly they're wanting to do with the land. Like I mean, like, look. So, let me tell you a funny story. And it's not funny. it was long and crazy and horrible. But when I lived in Winchester, let me show you. Chris, I thought Brandon leaned towards Democrats, so I'm surprised that he would put Biden down. No, Brandon is hardcore conservative. And it's not like putting him down. No one's putting him down. We're just saying that he's been a horrible choice as president because he's not at himself. It's been elder abuse. Like, I feel sorry for him. I think that his family and people who have had a horrible agenda have put him, tried to use him and have pushed him too hard. Like, I'll put it to you this way. If I was his grandchild, or if I was someone that had anything to do with him, I would be fighting people to push him the way that they have. I think that they have abused someone who has been elderly and not all there. So that's my thing. But Brandon's not putting him down, other than just talking politically, that politically he is aligned against him because he doesn't agree with him politically. He's not putting him down. Like, he's not like that old guy, he sucks, he should stop breathing. He's someone needs to, I don't know, whatever. He's not like saying bad things about him. He just doesn't agree with him politically. So when I lived in Winchester in 2012, we bought a house over in Winchester. And the reason we bought the house is we went to a church, and we were looking for a home. And one day when we came out of the church, we happened to see that the house across the street from the church that we went to, it had an open house sign in the yard. And we were like, well, let's go see if that. And literally we walked into it, and we walked in the house, and she went left and I went right. And when we did that, by the time we met in the middle at the back of the house, we were both like, yep, this is what we want. This is exactly what we want. So we ended up buying that house, and the church that was across the street was just absolutely magnificently beautiful. I'm gonna put a picture of this up. Show you guys the picture of this. So the church that we went to, that was right across from our house, was the First United Methodist Church in Winchester. And boy, did we love it. I mean, we went to the church. We love the church. It was an old historical church. It was right across. It was what we saw looking out our main window. It was right across our street from our house. It was beautiful. Just amazing. And in 2015, I ran for Winchester City Council as a Republican, running for the city council at large. And during that same election, someone who had been a friend of mine was running for the mayor as a Democrat. And we were friends. We'd been friends for a long time. We were planning to work together, like across the aisle, yada, yada, if we both won. I lost in the primary. And he won. And after he won, like, I'd go in and talk to him a lot. He told me things were going on, kept me in the know, and I just knew things were going, always knew things were going on. Well, so he took office in January 2016. In September of 2016, I was standing watching my stepkids skate at a school skating party. And I was just thumbing through Facebook, as you do when you're not doing anything. And I saw a notice that the city of Winchester had posted that they were going to be opening a drug rehab. Now, part of what I ran on a plan called the CPR plan. Winchester needed CPR. Winchester was a great community, but I felt like it was dying, and Winchester needed CPR. That was what I put on the back of my thing. Communication, prevention, and retention. We needed to work on the communication in the city between the city officials and other city officials, between the city officials and county officials, and between all of the elected officials and the community. There needed to be better communication. And then the prevention was we needed to work on prevention of drug use and abuse and really come at it from a holistic. I had this whole big plan. And then the retention was retaining people to Winchester, retaining the jobs that we had. We didn't need to immediately go out and be like, we need these great big ventures here and bring these people. We needed to stop the bleeding. You needed to triage. We were losing businesses left and right. And so it made sense. Well, when I heard about this drug rehab, and I was like, where are they going to put it? It was literally, they were going to tear this building down that you're looking at. And if you see, there's a building right back here in the background. This building was built in 1890. This building was built in 1965. They were going to tear this beautiful church down and work on this building and turn it into a drug rehab. Well, I started looking into this because I wasn't immediately against it. I was initially like, tell me what you're doing. Tell me what you're talking about. Well, in pretty quick order, what I found out through record request and doing a bunch of digging was Sean Byram, who also went to this church. He was a Democrat mayor in a totally Republican community, and he wanted to become state representative. He wanted to be the state representative that's in the district that JD is currently in. And in order to be able to get that nod from the Republicans, and they would flip over and get him, he needed to help the main Republican godfathers of the community out. They wanted out of this church. They had an idea to put in a church out on 32. This church needed some work. And all of the Republican godfathers, Wicks Pie Guy, and all of that, they wanted out of this church. They didn't care about this church. They didn't care about what, they wanted out of it. They were to the end of their game. So they figured out a way that Sean could get them out of this church. And they didn't care what happened to it after that. So they tore this thing down right across from my house, killed the people in the neighborhood, people who had their marriages there, people whose parents had their funerals there. People came and no, this was Sean's idea, who was a Democrat. Keep this in mind. Keep in mind. The wheeling and dealing behind this was Sean Byram, a Democrat. There were people who came to my front yard and cried for days on end when they were tearing this down. So they tore this place down, and we found out all kinds of things. Now, listen to this. Here's the thing. It wasn't to help the drug addicts in our community. If you were telling me that you were going to build a place and have it right next door to my house and put the drug addicts from Winchester there, I would have had it no big deal. No problem. This Sean Byram wanted the city of Winchester to foot a $2 million bill. A $2 million bill that the citizens of Winchester and Randolph County were going to have to pay to tear this building down, to rehab the building next to it, and then to bus in drug addicts from Indianapolis, from Evansville, from Fort Wayne, from Cincinnati. Let me tell you what exploded in the area in the weeks and months after all that happened. The fentanyl went up through the roof because now you're bringing people who used drugs to this facility, and their boyfriends and the baby daddies and everybody that would come in. And here's the thing. First off, straight out of the gate, this was not going to help any men. If you were a man, you could not go to this facility. So right there, bang, you're cutting out 50% of the population. Now, if you were a woman and you had 0 kids and you were a drug addict and you wanted to be clean, you could not go to this facility. If you were a mother and you had 1 kid or 3 kids and they were over the age of 6, you could not go. So the grouping of people that it took to fit the category to be able to go here, you had to be a woman, you had to be a mother, you had to have 2 or 1, 2, you had to have 1 kid, 2 kid, or be pregnant. And if you had children, they had to be under the age of 6. So think about what small of a percentage we're talking about. And we found out that the mayor did all kinds of honky wonky weird shit. He signed in third class cities. In third class cities, mayors do not have the ability to enter into purchase agreements. It's the council that has to do it. And see, in the city of Muncie, in a second class city, Dan can enter into purchase agreements. In a third class city, that does not happen. In a third class city, the council has to do it. Well, Sean had signed the purchase agreement. Sean had applied for the loan. And on the loan application, it said specifically, has your council voted on this and approved this? And Sean clicked yes. The prosecutor of Randolph County, who was my catty corner neighbor, he stood up in a city council meeting and he said, I need to start looking at this not as a citizen. He was against it. We were all against it. He was like, I need to start looking at this as a prosecutor and no longer as a citizen, because there's a very good possibility that you've committed fraud and theft. And so it got real wonky over there. This is what got me arrested for speaking up. I battled that place, and everything that we told them would be wrong. Every single thing that we told them would be wrong. They told us we were all liars. That wasn't true. Everything. Every single thing that we told them would happen has happened. Everything. Everything that we told them would happen has happened. They have increased the drugs and the drug addicts in Winchester. They have increased the crime in Winchester. It has increased the homelessness in Winchester. It's just absolutely. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you something right here. Horrible. Absolutely horrible. Spotlight. I'm going to get back to what you guys are talking about here in a second about whatever's going on in downtown Muncie. I apologize. I got on a soapbox. Give me just 1 second here. Let me show you this. This is nuts. Okay. So here's a picture I took. This is a picture I took and then did some stuff to it. And people came over and like would want to buy this. This is a picture I took. This was looking out. This was on my porch looking at the church. And I did this. And people, I took that in 2014. People came over, people wanted to buy that from me. This hangs in someone's house. They got it printed out on a real big thing. Let me show you. I took in that same picture. Let me show you what it looked like. Let me show you what they did to that place. This is the same picture 2 years later, a year and a half later. There we go. There it is. There it is. Karen, it was built in 18... I'll show you here in a minute. Look at that. There we are. A pile of rubble. They've torn the sanctuary down. I took that at nighttime. There they are starting to knock some of the roof off. That picture is taken by Greg Summer. He's a photographer in Winchester. This is something I took that was like that one. Here's a postcard of it. This church was built in 1890. 1890, the church was built. I took this one in 2014. Here's the rubble looking from the sanctuary across my house. This was my house here. There's the church. There it is. Just absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible what they did. Just... It still makes me sick to my stomach to think about it. It still makes me sick. Oh yeah, I've got bricks. You know what kills me? We went over to get bricks and they were like yelling at us. I about went to jail that day, but that was about for battery. That was a whole nother story. I was going to punch a bunch of people. I was going to hurt a couple people. I about got in a fight. Well, that's the other thing. They lied about it we lived in a historic part of town, and they lied about it being, oh my God. Oh my. That's a whole other thing. So anyways, we about beat them. We about beat it. I got Sean to admit in a council meeting, I got him to admit that he lied, and the council just about voted it down. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing that goes on in the recording of me when I'm being arrested. That's the whole thing that goes on in with that deal with me. That's what that whole thing is about. And so hold on here. Let me see what was. Oh, right here. I don't know what I was doing. That was stupid. I'll do it like this. Videos. Dang it. Yeah, right here.
Not an issue. The funding has been a problem, earlier. And I am, the location is not a problem for me.
Lisa Friend says the location is not a problem for me. What she's talking about is there were some citizens there that were griping about where they put it. To me, I wasn't a NIMBY. I was concerned about the lying and about the tax money and about all of that, and the fact that it wasn't helping our citizens. I mean, look, it's one thing if you're taking Winchester Randolph County money to spend on Winchester Randolph County drug addicts. If you're helping our brothers and sons and fathers and mothers and whatever, that's understandable. But if you're doing this to bus people in from bigger, crazier cities to small little, 4,000 person Winchester, save that. So this is this.
That is not an issue. The funding has been a problem. It's one of those things where if I look at the total cost being about $444,000 is what we as a city is going to owe. You take that $4,400 or $440,000, divide it by 2,100 sewage bills we send out a year, Vic? Yes. Or a month. That's $209 a year for 6 years. That comes down to $35 a year per household that at the most we would ask, whether your value of your house is $20,000 or $200,000. If you divide that out equally amongst the citizens of just Winchester, the city of Winchester, that's only $35,000 or $35 a year.
But we're not going to be putting on anybody's tax rate.
That we're not putting on anybody. But stop and think about that. $35 a year.
$2 a month.
How much would you pay to save somebody's life? Possibly say, we're not taking questions from the audience. Please don't raise your hand.
Save ours.
We're saying, let me finish.
Joan Ashley.
Let me finish.
The location is a problem.
We're not.
There's my ex talking.
I get that.
Just a statement.
There's me talking.
Go ahead, talk. Okay, now you're out of order.
There's the board members telling us we're out of order.
I'm
They
just
told the
saying,
police to come get us.
$35 a year is the most that we would ask of anybody to pay, but we're not even asking that.
There, I just said, you're out of order. This whole place out of order. This is a joke. And here they throw me into the wall and arrest me.
This thing and go forward right now.
And we do still have options that we can ask other counties that we will be serving to fund.
Maybe I'll be better on that. I talked to him. You're not gonna be here on Monday?
I did ask
Very heavily open.
I did ask for him the other day, and he said, go. He said, go with it. Go. So I'm not putting words in his mouth, I'm just saying.
But then I also take into fact that if you take out the human element of helping someone, would we do this for any other business? I can't say that we probably would. But you throw in that human element, and that is something that we cannot deny in this situation. It's just not anything that we can deny. And that's where I struggle back and forth with, you know, $35 a year. I mean, my goodness. People go out and buy a carton of cigarettes for $35 a year. People go out to eat, take the family out for a pizza and a movie, and it's $35. And it's one of those things that, yeah, we wouldn't pay this kind of money and have went through all this struggle to have another business bring 20 jobs, 25 jobs to Winchester. But if it's saving a life, we have to be humane and realize that a lot of people have argued this, you know, how much is a life worth? Well, I think I would pay $35 a year to save somebody's life.
And here I'm
Whether I
walking
use
out
it
with
or
a
not.
smile on my face because
And
I know
don't
they've
think that there's
screwed
not
up.
one person up here. I don't think there's one person in the audience that.
So that's that. So the long and short of it is that all started over something very similar to whatever this crap is in Muncie. And I'm gonna say this. I am not against helping people, but it's got to make sense, and you can't just screw everybody over that's in that area. And it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to dig into all of this. Now, what are you people saying? What is going on with down in Muncie? What area are we talking about? What area were you talking about in Muncie that was going crazy? Where were they shooting? Is everybody okay? In the end with that story, by the way, while you guys are typing, whatever you're typing, if you are, Sean won the battle. He got the drug rehab. It screwed the town up. Town still screwed up over it. It paid lots and lots of money. It's helped very few people. The program hasn't worked the way it was supposed to. Very few women go there. They have issues and they have overdoses there. People sneak drugs in. There are fights. I've still got friends that comment, send me pictures every weekend. I still get pictures from people. I belong to a group that we had, the Winchester group, of people that would fight, that would message every time. They would have police cars down there. Every time there were police cars sent, ambulances sent. There's people overdosing out in the yard, little kids finding needles, just crazy shit like that. That battle was like nothing, folks. It was wild. It was that one battle. That's actually what started this. I've always been politically active. I've always been outspoken. But what happened is I started it actually started a little bit before that because of the election in 2015, I started going to the council meetings in Winchester, and I went for like 3 meetings in a row, and I was the only citizen in the audience. I was the only citizen in the audience. And I was like, whoa, what is going on here? They're literally having these meetings for nobody. I guarantee you before I started going there, that those meetings lasted 5 minutes. They went there and they said, okay, we're gonna do everything. All right, let's get out of here. I showed up one night and they're like, shit, somebody showed up. So I started going home and typing on my phone, this is what happened in the Winchester meeting tonight. You guys need to come. And I did that for a couple of months, and I built a following. 30, 40, 50 people were commenting and reading it. My brother Andrew messages me one day, and we're talking, and he was like, listen, you're writing too much. You need to do a video or something and start doing videos. I think you'd have better engagement. And I was like, okay, I'll try it. I'm like walking around my yard in my underwear, live streaming from my phone. And I'm not doing it. I'm not making a podcast. I'm just talking to my neighbors. And slowly but surely, people started watching and whatnot. And then it still didn't dawn on me to do anything. My brother would call me, and my brother and I would have these 2 and 3 hour long conversations like once a week. And I told him, I said, what we need to do is, I was like, we ought to start recording our calls and putting them out as like a podcast. And he and I got to talking about that, and we started looking into everything, and we're like, yeah, that'd be a good idea. And he's like, well, we're funny to ourselves at least. And he's like, you've got a message, you obviously have something to say that people will listen to. So I started doing all this research, whatever. Well, then about that time, he got a new job at work. He's an engineer, and it just made his time he didn't have time like he did. And so I said, screw it. And I decided to launch the podcast. I launched Perception is Reality and did that. And, well, now we're here. But what happened was, at that time, someone who had heard that I got arrested for speaking they were dealing with the windmill stuff in Henry County. And someone called me from Henry County. Did not know this person from Adam. They got my phone number from their cousin who lived in Winchester, told them about me. And they got my number from when I'd ran for council. And this person calls me and says, hey, would you talk to me and help me out and tell me what we need to do? And I was like, about what? They wanted me to come to Henry County. And I was like, there is no way. What are you talking about? I wouldn't come. Nobody would give a shit what I've got to say in Henry County. That is insane. And they were like, well, you've been dealing with this in your place. And I'm like, okay. And I never called that person back. God, I wish I would have. But at that time, I didn't think that this could be something. So I went on, and a couple months later went by, and in Gaston, they fired the marshal up in Gaston. The town board up there fired the marshal. And the town went nuts because the townspeople loved the marshal. And they started showing up to the town board meetings, and the town board was like shutting them out. They were having meetings illegally. And some people called me from Gaston and asked me to help the same way. And I was like, dude, I can't help you. Like, I live in Winchester, you live in Gaston. The thing is, Delaware County is my home. I lived in Winchester, and I'd been there for 10 years at that point, but my home is Delaware County. So and I'd been in law enforcement, and I knew the marshal up there. And so I'm like, all right, I gave in, and I went up there. And man, I was a badass when I went up there, because here I'd been in big old Winchester, and I'm walking into Podunk Gaston, and I'd been arrested. I was in the middle of the lawsuit, and I knew they couldn't touch. I mean, I was like, what are you going to do? Touch me and add to the lawsuit? You know, whatever. So I went in there, and that board was like telling people to shut up and sit down. And I stood up, and I shut that old lady up. And I'm telling you, I went up there, and I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just saying, like, it's that confidence, you know. I guess it's that ego that I've got. But I got those people to rally around that, and it didn't take long till they resigned, and we got new people in place, and they brought the marshal back, and everything wound up going well. And I think now they've got another problem up there, but they've had a couple different problems, but the town's board people up there take care of what they want. They do it. I've often said that if people everywhere would interact, like, everybody gives Gaston a hard time, but the people in Gaston, they rally around the points they want, and they turn out and vote. We had like a low vote turnout. That was in the election in 2019. And everywhere had a low vote turnout, but Gaston didn't. Gaston had high numbers. Like, out of 900 people, like 830 people voted. Like, the only people that didn't vote was the children. I mean, you know, it was amazing. And they got what they wanted. I mean, at least they got what they thought they wanted at the time. And so that happened. But it was after that I was like, you know what? Maybe I can be the Kwai Chang Caine of politics. Those of you that don't get that reference, I feel sorry for you. I thought I can just wander around without shoes on, solving problems, fighting crimes, using my kung fu and my political knowledge to save the day. And so I started a podcast, and now look where we are. I live in a van down by the river. Well, I hope you guys are all right. Whatever's going on with that shooting, I hope nobody's like fired or shot and killed. I hope everybody's okay. That's I hope that's kind of a crazy deal down there. When I get off here, I will go back and listen to the scanner and see what I can hear. Nothing in the newspaper. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on nationally. I'm just not in the mood to talk about it at the moment. That's what that lady that told me she wasn't going to watch anymore. She was like, I thought you said long ago on your podcast that you only did local and state. I said, I have never said that. I've always said local, state, and national. But honestly, I never talked about national. I always talked about local and state. I've always wanted to do more national news. I've always wanted to. That's the only way you're going to broaden your resources. You're broaden your horizons, broaden the audience. I mean, you know, I am amazed that Alva listens to us talk about Muncie. The Karens here. I mean, people who don't live in Muncie will. I love you guys. I'm grateful for the people who watch from Muncie and Delaware County or you know, Newcastle when I talk about that, or Winchester when I talk about that, or Anderson when we talk about that. But the people who watch from Colorado or Louisiana, good Lord, those people are like ride or die. They're here and they don't even live here. You know, that's amazing. So if I start talking about some national, it at least gives those people, throws them a bone a little bit. And that's the other thing is we do a show 5 nights a week, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. Look, there have been periods of my life where I've done a show every night, 7 days a week for 3 or 4 weeks on end. Then I might go back and I'll take 2 weeks. I'll take 2 nights off. Or periodically, I'll take off a Tuesday or a Thursday. People get mad. I'm like, dude, sometimes there's Catherine said, a lot of you don't understand how hard it is to talk about something of value for an hour and a half or 2 hours every night, 5 nights a week. It's harder. Catherine's an intelligent woman. Catherine said, I don't know how you do this. it's it's a little bit hard, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but they don't understand the icons on the right of the screen. So, Horton Point, maybe, not sure, but it was not fireworks. Well, I appreciate that. I've learned to be a non-biased individual. And look, here's the thing. I don't even care. You can be biased. Listen, I'm not non-biased. I'm not trying to convince the world. I'm not trying to make a bunch of fence riders at all. I want you to have a stance, and I know I'm not beating you up for this. I know. I have a view and a stance. I just don't mind talking about everything else. I will talk about lots of different things. I have my views, and I don't have a problem sharing my view and telling people. I don't have a problem saying, listen, I've not been a Trump supporter. I have not been a Trump supporter. I've liked a lot of things Trump's done. I've been against a lot of things Trump's done. Then they tried to kill him. I'm on board with Trump now. I am on board with Trump now. You don't have to like that. You don't have, maybe you don't like it. I get it. I'm fine. But that doesn't mean my views on things going on locally or states wrong. Maybe you don't like my, but it is what it is. Now, that doesn't mean we got a long time till November. Just open your eyes and your ears. Sometimes you might not like what you see or hear, but maybe you'll learn something. Maybe there's a reason why people feel differently. Maybe there's a reason. No one understands everybody's own trauma, their own backstory, what they've gone through, what they're going through, what their plans are, what their future dreams are. Everybody's got their own thing. Young? They try to shoot him too? What are you talking about? Oh, it just dawned on me. Does that mean just? No, not really. There's a Carl. That's the same thing I was getting at. That's the Carl. No, there's a lot more to that, and we'll unpack that going. I'm getting ready to kill this feed. We've been going for 2 hours, and I want to finish off the last 50 some minutes of my birthday just chilling. But we will get into it, you people. I promise we will get into it. And I'll tell you, listen, I'm going to be right now. Everyone's saying, oh, is he going to debate Kamala? Is he not going to debate Kamala? Listen, if he doesn't debate Kamala, that's worth a bitch slap, in my opinion. He needs to debate Kamala. If he can't say, I'm what it is, he has to debate Kamala. I want to see him. I want to see him up on the stage. I want to see, he has to do it. He can't back out of it. I don't know what's going on there. I hope he doesn't. I mean, that would be stupid. They both need to debate. And in my opinion, the debate with Joe no longer counts. They should debate twice. They should debate every month between now and November. They should make them give however much money both of them have, donations. They should make them give that money to the other one's charity of their choice. The money shouldn't be a damn thing, and we should just go off information. Shut up. Let's vote. All right. Good night, people. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing a couple of hours on my birthday. You guys mean a lot to me, even when we battle, even the ones I don't like. And even the person, listen, I don't know if the person who sent me that thing saying she's never going to watch, she might watch this. And I promise if she did, she's mad at me. She is absolutely mad at me if she did. But if you are, look, you brought it on yourself. Don't be mad at me. I still love you. Watch. If you don't watch, cool. If you do, cool. Whatever. It's all the same. I'll sleep fine. I mean, I don't want to lose a friend, but to me, you said the shitty things about me, not vice versa. I was just telling the truth. The keychains. The keychains. They're in the car. I left them in the car. I was going to go down there and get them, but I forgot no one's on screen. I will bring them on. So I got these. I got to tell you, I'll tell you the story. So for my birthday today, Kid Rock made me these badass keychains, and I got to show them to you. So the ones that I've got made are already made up for people. But I will show them to you on Sunday. And if you guys like these, maybe we can work something out. I can pass you along to her, and we can figure out a way for people to get them. They're really cool. It has the on one side, it's like a little square keychain. You put hang your key on. It's just like a little merch thing. It's really cool. Let me see here. Well, hold on. You just stay here. Stay here 1 second. I'll run down and get them. Just screw it. We'll stay here. There's nothing going on. It's been chaos all night. Here, look, stay here. I'm going to put this up on screen, and I'll play some music for you. You guys stay right here, and I'll run down and I'll get them, and I'll just show them to you. So stay here. I'm going to play some music for you, and I'll be right back. Tell people not to leave. I'm coming right back. I'm just going to run out to the car. Right, here we go. Stay here. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Just stay right here. YouTube overnight. I'm your host, Kristopher Bilbrey, and we're going to be spinning it all night long. Oh, hey, sorry. All right, look at this. So this is like kind of to commemorate the old show. Always got love in my heart. I might bring it back one day. Here is a podcast. Here's the old Perception is Reality banner. Love this. Look, that's my head. That is amazing. Look at this. Dude, it says Perception is Reality with Kristopher H. Bilbrey. It even says Tuesdays on all major podcast hosting sites. Holy shit. Look how freaking cool this is. I'm going to put this up back there somewhere. I'm going to hang it back there. This is awesome. They made me this. Look at this. She made me this. And you can get them. We can get them made with other things. You can get them made with shit you want on it. We can get it made with Perception is Reality, or not. That is what this is. We can get it made with the political spotlight and other things. This is just something cool she made me because it was my birthday. It wasn't even part of what the deal was. But ladies and gentlemen, this is what I was talking about. Was look at these things. These are freaking awesome. Look at these. Little keychains. All right. It says The Political Spotlight, 9 p.m. Eastern, YouTube. On the back of it, it says a light on the darkened path, a voice of reason among the chaos and corruption. And they're made all kinds of different shapes and sizes, square, circle. We got a bone for Brandon's ghost dog. We got a bone. We got a heart for my grandparents. Here's a heart for them. We've got look at these. These are amazing. I love these. And look, they can make you. We can make you your very own political spotlight keychain with all of your favorite Bilbrey sayings. Here's the deal. I said that long before Joe Biden. Screw you, Joe. It is what it is. Hello, folks. Bilbrey sucks. We can get Bilbrey sucks keychains. Dude, how great would it be to have a Bilbrey sucks keychain? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is amazing. Yeah, listen, here's the deal. The music thing, I got to tell you this, GW. When I did Perception is Reality, if you want to hear something funny, GW, what you ought to do is you ought to type in perception.fireside.fm. Perception. You type that in, perception.fireside.fm. You can take it back and go and listen to, I think there are 189 episodes, 198. I stopped right before 200. Comical. I stopped right before 200, right when we started doing all this. For this one. Well, really, it's a whole nother story. It was for the bastards. Whatever. It was the bastards. It was going to be the bastards and, all this. Bastards music here. Bastards! All that. So it was what it was. Anyways, that had to go sideways because there was a criminal among our midst, but we figured that deal out and then went with the political spotlight. It's amazing. But go back and listen to it. There's some good shit there. I have some good episodes. I tell you, if you want to hear a funny episode, have I ever talked to you guys about the Bull? Have you ever listened to the Bull? I need to maybe just do it. Yeah, check out. Look for the Bull episode. Look for the Bull episode. I forget exactly what it's called. Let's see here. Which one's the Bull episode? I don't know. Whatever the Bull episode is, it's really good. You'll get a kick out of it because it talks about high school days. You'll actually hear stuff about Stephen McPherson, Josh Biner, and Jay Baker. It's got a whole bunch of. It's an old school story. It's some crazy shit. You'll kill over when you hear it. It's good. It's a good story. Anyway, yeah, you can find that there. Yeah, I'll shoot you the link. It was cool till the wheels fell off. But yeah, so I got these, and these are awesome. So these are already spoken for, but yeah, we can work something out. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, what I was going to tell you is during that the podcast, when I did the podcast, I thought that there would be a way for me to have like the very first episode. I do an intro song using a song from Cake, the band Cake, and I got dinged for it. And they sent me this great big long email, and it told me if I put music in a podcast and put it on Apple and it was copyrighted, that Apple Podcast would strike me, and I would be, that podcast would never be playable again. So it scared the shit out of me. I've never used music. And back when I did the audio podcast, I looked into buying a license, buying like an ASCAP license, or a license like that radio stations have, so I could literally play music, because music is such a big part of what I do. I used to do this just on Facebook, and when I would come on, every episode I played different music. I played music that matched what I would be talking about. So I would pick a song that had to do with something to do somehow, either the band name or the song or a title or a word. But everything I did always, I picked this music, and sometimes it was real popular music and sometimes it was obscure music, but I'm a music man. I mean, you knew I was in a band all through high school and all that stuff. And so that's big, very big to me. But YouTube is a stickler. We cannot play any music. So we got to play all this crap ass music, which just kills me. But one of these days, I'm going to find a way to be able to play the music that I want to play. I don't know how it's going to be. I guess I'd have to be on a radio station, but all right, folks, I appreciate you hanging out. The few of you that have hung out here till the end. This was a very bizarre episode, but it's my birthday, and I can cry if I want to, or party how I want to, or whatever I want to do. So, for a couple more hours, thank you. I've done that before. Oh, I've got a lot of episodes where I played my tracks, my drum tracks. I've got a lot of episodes where I did that. I did that to a lot of the episodes. So, yeah, there's definitely some cool things there. So, I appreciate you guys for sticking around, spending the birthday with me. Sometimes it's got to be a little more lighthearted, you know. I will be finding out what the hell is with that place down on 12th Street. Find out what's going on there. Obviously, I've got my eye to the sky with what's going on with all this crap about Donald Trump and Biden and everything that's going on there. So we'll stay in tune there. We've got some Henry County episodes coming up, and we'll guys keep you guys in the loop. You guys have a great evening. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you for hanging out. Love you all, even the ones I don't. You guys take care. We will not be here tomorrow night, but we will be back Sunday, God willing, 9 p.m. Eastern, like it is. And you guys have a great, great, great rest of your night. There you go. Kate would normally push that there. Thank you for watching. Take care, and we will see you Sunday. Have a good Saturday, and we'll see you guys on Sunday, God willing. So, okay, well, let's see. What am I going to do? I'll put this up for a little minute. Good night. Goodbye.
You know,